ancient culture go. Internal systemic patterns rule, but I haven't really come to find this conclusion all that cool. Camus said if the world were clear, art would not exist. Did he write that when he was sober, after getting really pissed? People see what they want to see. I'm more into shaping my own reality. What forms a bright personality is intelligence and cordiality. There are some conceptual nodes that it's a mistake to connect. And so it's time to be reflecting that what we do is interpret a thing and orbit around our intellect. All of this pattern matching taken to excess results in a hyperlexic mess. It feels just like belletristic overfitting, a bunch of overcomplicated knitting, storytelling confused for a predictive process. The real onion here is deciding which connections to disregard. For some to me have only about the appeal of a tub of lard. Some philosophers and fools continue to construct a board game the most Byzantine rules. But as their theories gather mold, the people who were sold on them sometimes find some jewels. Though on examination appearing useless, these things are not unfungible. The most trivial of triviality, masquerading as a framework. And that was when I suspected that they were rather a bunch of jerks. Perhaps it's sufficient to be inspired by the Sammy Huckster's work, which in places is somewhat overrated, but here and there solutions lurk, which make them vindicated. Freud proved psychosomatics exist, and Chomsky helped out parsers. Foucault's model of power structures is great for spotting farceurs. Jacques Derrida's own lived experience with construction was amiss. They might be accused of schizophrenic pattern matching for things that are not really there. But what they actually did was to make their theories accommodative, fundamentally to get anywhere. They built these edifices out of a significant chunk of the noticeable. And while a virtue is not falsifiable, the product might not be that reliable. The lesson of successful intellectual slatterns is that if enough people agree with your patterns, the mimetic value capture alone is worth it. I just refuse to be mollycoddled by all this abstruse twaddle about various mental models. But the manner of their praying is really just bewraying for the edification of me and you. But this is necessary for the functioning of the social infrastructure, which is just a nice way of saying that even the clods require their due. Complexity, sensitivity, political import. There are times when I could give less of a butt snort, but my bias is showing, for I cannot possibly be all-knowing. Like a stochastic parrot, yet a fleshy one. They're sentient but non-useful to some. and a perusal of their semantic fantasia reveals they sometimes as well as have had words aphasia. In their defense, absolute clarity is boring. You can't dodge the theory pill, they said. Protest as you may, but intellectual whoring by spewing opaqueness creates a daunting malaise of fakeness. This kind of ruins my day.